Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is a Saturday, hence leisure attire, and I'm home enjoying myself, going to make all the little things that I wanted to do, or at least some of them. One of them is to talk to you. What we want to talk about today is to how to find a girlfriend. What do we need to find a girlfriend? And what are we looking for when we're looking for a girlfriend? That's very important. I had an email from a friend of ours, a young friend of ours, who's hopefully watching. This is also partly relates to you, my young friend, who has emailed me from across the world, from somewhere in Asia. And I hope that this video will be a little bit helpful to you in your questions and would be helpful to everyone when they're pursuing or deciding to find a companion, girlfriend, a partner, or a lifelong um, wife. So let's examine what it is that we are trying to do when we set out to find a girlfriend. What do we need? Do we need a nice car? Do we have to be in a certain way in our looks? Do we have to wear a certain type of clothing? Should we be hip? Should we be fashionable? Should we be trendy? Should we be, I don't know, have a certain size of nose or certain size of height? I mean, certain height. Does it matter what size our shoes are? Or what the color of our skin is? How much hair we have? And or how much money we have? Or I guess we covered what kind of car we drive. These are all questions that I'm sure it comes to you one way or another, because we tend to think that these are, or some of it, to some of us, are criterias or important factors in finding what we're looking for. But to begin with, we got to find out what it is, or what is it that we're looking for. Do we know that? Most of you, or most of us at certain age, don't know. We think we know. We think we know because we are full of hormones and sexual hormones, and all we are thinking of is attributing a girlfriend to what our need is at that age, which is sex, love, to feel important by being with a woman, by having a woman who pays attention to us, especially in different parts of the world other than North America and Europe. Things may culturally be very challenging, or making it so important to have a girlfriend, to feel important. Now let's put that particular aspect of it aside. Let's focus on how to find a girlfriend and what we need, and so on. Well, we need to realize what is our purpose when we set out to find a girlfriend. What do we want the girlfriend for? And that is very important, because I'm not trying to be demeaning or compare a lady, a young lady, a woman to an object, but I just want to get the point across. Imagine if you want to buy a car. Don't you ask yourself, what is it that I want to do with a car? Am I a race car driver? Do I want to use it in a race? Well, then I need a certain look, design, and an engine, and a performance. Do I want it for traveling from here to school and back, Bolden, or do I need it for going to the car and come back? I mean, going to my work and come back, or do I need it for shopping? Do I need it for leisure? Do I need it to look good, or do I want it to be a transportation? Do I want it to have a big engine and burn lots and need lots of gas to get me somewhere and back? Or do I need an economical car? Do I need a place, I mean, a car which has lots of room for lots of people? Or is it a car that is only for me or maybe one more person, or a couple of friends or something? This is the design of the inside of the car. So we pay attention to all kinds of things about the car, right? Depending on of what it is going to do for us, what we need it for, what is our need is for wanting a car, what we want to use it for. Of course, I understand it's a crude example, and I apologize to ladies, and this is definitely not trying to put them in the same category. Sometimes we tend to use any logic that we can or example that we can so we can deliver a point. Now, so in this case, you should know why is it that you're looking for a girlfriend? Are you trying to have a friend to have some fun with, go to a movie and enjoy and have an ice cream, take a walk in the park and laugh and so on? Well, that's wonderful, and that's a different kind of criteria and different kind of purpose, so you would know how to approach and what your intention is, so you're clear as why you want to be friend with this person. Or is your intention to have sex with her? That's what you are looking for. Someone, so you think you want a girlfriend, but in fact you really want to have sex. Well, that again is different. And sometimes you do know that you just want to have sex. You're not looking for a girlfriend, but you pretend you want to look for a girlfriend because you want to trick her. And that is, of course, as you know, in my opinion, my philosophy of life, that's a no-no. That's very, very shallow and underhanded and dishonorable to trick someone. Pretend that you want her, like her, want to be, get to know her, and then, but you really have just one motive in mind. Well, there's nothing wrong with having sex, but as long as you make it clear that she would also know that that is the only intention there. So again, having said that, and then sometimes the other kind would be that you're really setting out to find a life partner, or you really want to fall in love and love someone, or you really want to get to know someone as a person. Let's set out that your intention is to find a girlfriend. So we make it easy for ourselves. But I made all those examples for you so you would be clear in your mind what is it that you're looking for. Don't fool yourself and don't fool her. Because if you don't know what you're looking for, then you can't be honest enough to approach it properly and also communicate your intentions through your behavior and your connection and through your interaction to let her know that what angle you're coming from, what intention you have in mind. Honesty is the best policy. On that token, let's focus on some of the dilemmas that some of you young friends of mine may have at that age. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30. And that is that what is it that you think you should be having in order to be successful in your pursuit of finding a girlfriend? Again, some of you may think that you have to have a certain look, or Some of you may think that you look, if you look kind of unkind or serious or angry or whatever that makes you think your understanding or your presumption of being a man is, that's how you try to or hope that you look that way or be that way. Well, let me make it clear for you. Being a man has nothing to do with how you look like. Being a man is a characteristics. Being a man is a quality. Being a man is not physical. Being a man is about your actions, reactions, behavior, motivation, mentality, emotions, sense of responsibility, ability to understand, your way of communication, and all that is what makes a man. We have lots of male in this world, but not every one of them are men, are a man. They're male, and there's a difference between being a male and being a man. So, to make it all clear, it doesn't matter how big your nose is and how beautiful your fitness level is, or how strong your physical body is, or how skinny you are, or however else what kind of hair you have, if you have lots of hair, not enough hair, too much hair, bald. I really go as far as if it doesn't matter, cosmetically it doesn't matter. Some people look this way and some people look that way, and different looks and different so on. But you have to understand that is not the ammunition that you need for this kind of hunt, for this kind of pursuit. Just as it doesn't matter how good you can study, it doesn't matter how good looking you are or what you look like when you want to go to school and learn something. It's exactly the same thing. It's about what your interest is, what your attention is, what you pay attention to, what your behavior is, what your reaction is, what your focus is, it has nothing to do with what you look like to be a good student or to be good at the job that you're doing. It really has to do with how much time you spend on it, how you react to it, how much you learn it, how much you care, and what your mentality and your way of approaching your project or your studies, subject of study is. Same thing when you want to find a girlfriend. Really, it doesn't matter what you look like, because this girl may like a man who looks like this, and that girl may like a man who looks like the other. You can't say there is one look that every woman is looking for. It's not true. Some women like, I don't know, how Sean Connery looks like, and somehow Brad Pitt looks like, somehow, I don't know, Timothy Dalton looks like, and some like how I look like, and how you look like, and how you look like, and how you look like. There is no set look that we should believe that a woman or all women are looking for. Most important is that women choose or like someone, like pretty much most of us. If we are not looking for a girlfriend, imagine this, if you're not looking for a girlfriend, just human beings in general, we find our friends and choose our friends not based on how they look, based on how they interact with us, how their energy level is, how we feel when we are communicating with them, whether they're boys or girls, friends, just friends. You choose your friends based on compatibility, things that you both may have in common with, mentality, the ideas and how you approach life, and things that you experience as common experiences, and all these things. Whether it's a friend that is a boy or it's a friend that is a girl, it doesn't matter. You are choosing to be friend with people who you find things in common, and according to their behavior and the way they communicate with you and react and act, and social values and so on and so forth. You don't care how they look like, right? Somebody could look like this or look like that, but you hate their guts, just the way they walk, the way they talk, the way their energies, the way they carry themselves. And they could look any way, which way. It doesn't make any difference to you. And somebody else, you could actually, find them interesting and a good person to be friend with, and whether it's a girl or a boy, you feel it's worthy to be friend with this person, and just get to know them and socialize with. And then those people also, you don't give a damn how they look like. It's about how the communication level, the energy level, and things in common are based on. Now, this is how you should approach a girl to get to know her, to get to know that person. Girls also, decent girls who have no ulterior motive in their mind, they're not gold diggers or looking for something, or they're not looking for one night stand. A normal girl who's looking for a normal boyfriend is trying to get to know, is looking to see if she likes that person's energy or something. I'm not talking about very younger girls like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. These girls could be, or 22, could be, they don't have real set judgment on themselves yet, like many other younger people. And they could be impressed by anybody, a car, or, looks, or, a pose of some kind or whatever. And they could be they're young. They haven't set out their roots really. And they could be fooled by someone and they think they like him or love him or whatever, and whatever. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the people who are really actually gotten to the place where they kind of know what they're looking for. And they're looking for substance. They're not looking for just how the person is looking. They're looking for substance in that person. So they're trying to get to see if they like a person for who he is, for what he is extending from himself, what kind of energy he has, what kind of outlook in life he has, what kind of plans he has in life, what kind of value he has for himself in this life. A good woman is looking for a good quality, not what size of a body, or what height, or what shape, or what face, or what nose, or whatever the man has, or what money, although that's somewhat important to all of them regardless, because that's how their mentality is. So it doesn't hurt if you have a job. So the women are choosing, a woman at the right age is choosing her man or her boyfriend based on the qualities that man is bringing to the table, bringing to the relationship, not based on how that person looks and how tall or short or how much hair or stuff like that. And even if they're really decent, they really even don't give a damn about how much money he has, because they are looking for a partner to take a journey, someone who can be there, help them, take care of them when they need it, someone that they can count on, someone that they can get advice from and give advice to. In other words, the person is willing to take advice and interact and find best ways in things by communicating, sharing, and also is wise enough and to be able to offer advice of substance. So they're looking for quality, not physical attribute. We boys, because we are visual ourselves and we are just who over just the legs and figures and how they're dressed and their hair is combed and their makeup or whatever, that's what we're looking or we're impressed at the outset by when we see a woman or we're looking for a girlfriend or a woman. We tend to think that the girls are also looking for someone based on physical attributes, looks and heights and size and whatever. Yes, everybody has certain kind of a criteria and up to a certain extent, but the extent that we are looking for physical attributes in girls is a lot more than when the girls are looking for physical attributes. The girls are also have criterias for physical attributes, but it's not as severe as we are because we are more shallow than they are. We're very physical because we are programmed that way. In our genes, we millions of years ago, we are made and programmed for procreation. So quickly we're looking for something that is pretty. But the girls are not having that as their only criteria or the most important criteria. Their most important criteria is how the person is put together, what that person has to offer as far as solutions to problems and abilities to handle things and the calmness that he brings to the table and civilized behavior and ability to protect her mentally. We're not talking about going beating people who look at her or something like that. That's not protection. That's just being silly just to pay attention to these things. Other people always look at pretty girls. So what? It's life. You let them look. It's okay. It's like you look at a beautiful flower. It doesn't mean that it's bad. So we tend to think because we are always attracted to beautiful women, then we think the women also expect us to be in a certain look or wear certain clothes or be in look this way or look that way, have this size of a nose or that kind of a hair or whatever. That's not what they're looking for. So don't think what you're looking for in a woman is what woman is looking for in you. That's why it's easier for men to have a beautiful girlfriend. Because no matter how they look, that's not what the girls are looking for as their first and foremost criteria for choosing their boyfriend. So that's a lucky day for us. That we can build, however we're looking, how tall or short we are, whatever our physical attribute is, we have a greatest chance just as anybody else to have the most beautiful girl or the girl that we like. But we have to understand, we don't have to have the most beautiful girl, because the most beautiful girl, there's no guarantee that she has the most beautiful heart inside, mentality and compatibility with us. That has nothing to do with how they look. Most women are beautiful, but not most women would suit you. So you gotta go and find someone that suits you. That's your intention should be. And for that, you should, when you want to look for for a girlfriend, you need to focus on getting to know her, not to focus on getting into her pants right from the outset. Try to get the person. Try to get to know who she is. Communicate with her. Try to understand what her interests are, what your interests are. If you guys have things in common, hear her out, hear her life story. Just be friend with her. Don't try to get intimate with her or just to have a quick agreement with her as soon as you see her. Oh, I like you. Can we go on a date? Don't ask for a date. just ask for an opportunity to get this person. That should be in your heart. That should be in your mind. Because if that's in your mind, then that's how you will behave and act and react when you're in presence of a girl that you may aesthetically like her and you think she's pretty enough for you to be interested in her, to get to know her more. But don't think just because she's beautiful, then that's exactly what you're looking for. She's the one. No, she's not. Many women are beautiful. But just like the car, you got to know what kind of engine is in there. What's running her? What's in her mentality? Then you can find if you think you guys have things in common. So for that purpose, just approach her as to qualify her and let her qualify you. To be honest with her, to be who you are. Don't try to pretend you're somebody else. Don't wear clothes that you are not comfortable in it, because eventually when you get to know her, you will stop pretending whatever it is that you were pretending with, whether your mentality, your behavior, or your money, or your car, or your clothing, or whatever it is. You got to be yourself, because a relationship cannot be on the basis of a theater, constantly pretending you're something just to trick her. If you're tricking her to get to like you, well, eventually you won't be able to be who you are, and that becomes uncomfortable. And eventually she will figure out that you're not what she's looking for, because maybe she's looking for someone shallow, someone with money, and that's all she's interested in. Well, then why would you even want to be with someone who really doesn't have common things with you, or a common path that she wants to share with you? She's traveling on a different road. You got to find a woman who is willing and is interested to travel on the same road, side by side with you. Common interests, as much as possible. Things to share, without pretending. A relationship is about being comfortable, being happy to see each other. Not, oh, I gotta now get into my act. Yes, we will do that. Or, why did you do that? Or, sweetheart, I love. These are all pretending, acting. Life is not about acting. We have enough acting out there when we go to work and dealing with people. Each people are different, and we got to put out a different face or different face and respond to them differently. You don't want to have that, what you have to put up with out there, into your home, into your own relationship with your girlfriend, with someone that you want to be, mentally close with. So therefore, you need to be honest with yourself. Present yourself as who you are. Have a decent clothing. Doesn't have to be trendy. Doesn't have to be fashion. It's really something that you like to wear, but it's decent, respectable, clean, and your mentality should be representing who you are. Talk about the things that you like and find out what she likes and see if you guys have things in common. Then you go from it. If you don't find things in common, no matter how pretty she is or whatever, just sever it. Go to someone else. Don't spend so much time with someone that you know you don't have enough things in common, and it will not be something that would satisfy you or her. Because you get used to someone that you really don't have things in common with, and then it becomes difficult, and you end up thinking that you really like her. You don't like her, you just got used to her because you kept on pushing yourself and spending time with her, and then eventually when we spend time with something, we may think that we really like her. Even if we don't like it, if we're not around that thing, we think we're missing her. And that missing feeling make us feel like we loved her. We didn't. To begin with, it was a wrong way. So to make things go well, it is important to start it right. To start it right is that you got to be who you are. Therefore, and you got to be looking to find someone who has the attributes that you like, not just the physical attributes, the mental attributes, inner attributes, the habits, the interested things. Find things in common, things that you both share. That's what makes a relationship. So, let me catch my breath. By the way, that's my breakfast. This is beets, carrots, kale, which is a from a family of cabbage and cauliflower and stuff. No, cabbage and stuff. So beet, carrot, cauliflower, I'm sorry, beet, carrot, kale, and apples. 4 apples, about 4 carrots, big carrots, or 5 or 6 carrots if they're small, this size of a beet, and this bunch of kale. They're leaves, you know, they were green leaves. So, wow, it's good for you. Antioxidants, L-arginine, lots of goodies in this concoction. So, take good care of yourself. Eat good food. Don't eat junk. Cut down on sugar. Don't eat sugar when you feel depressed, because the brain kind of asks for sugar when it's depressed. Try to stay with vegetable and good stuff. And drink juice, good juice, fresh juice. Drink good water. Like yourself. Build yourself from inside, because you need to feel genuinely confident when you're looking for a girlfriend. Girlfriends, women looking for someone who's got confidence, and that confidence is not supposed to translate into anger or rudeness or arrogance. It's supposed to translate to confidence, meaning you're confident enough to be kind, to be good, to carry. Don't be smushy or too kind, like pretending, or too attentive. That's not normal. Be yourself. Be nice to her, be kind to her, be polite to her, but at the same time be who you are. Enjoy the conversation that you have and find out what she likes, and don't have to act, don't have to make her to like you, don't have to entertain her as much. It's an equal. Let her also entertain you. Let her also show what she likes. I know in some different parts of the world, different customs make us men feel like you have to entertain them, but don't overdo it. You know, if she's not really contributing to that, to making that time or that date or that acquaintance work, well, that's not working anyhow. She's not interested. Well, just because she's not interested, that doesn't make you a bad person, and just because she's interested, that doesn't make you a great success or a good person. No, it doesn't matter. You know, it's not your type. So you're special. You're great, and there's nothing wrong with you. Everybody is great. Every woman is great. Every man is great. It depends on if they can be compatible or not. So focus on who you are. Focus on getting to know that person inside her, and the girl will like you for what you see in her. The fact that you get to know her, that she's important, how she thinks and how she does think, if that is the case in your opinion. Not that you have to pretend you like her and that she's important. If you think you approve of her behavior, her manners, her way of thinking, and so on, well then share with her, communicate with her. They're looking for someone to understand them, to be friend with them. You don't need to have a contract signed right away as soon as you see her. Oh, yeah, okay, she's pretty enough, so okay, can we go on a date? No, it doesn't have to be a date. It can be do you want to do something? We can, chat, take a walk, and get to know each other, and just, spend the time whenever we feel like it, and that's it. And then through these moments or times, don't overdo it. Don't keep pushing. Not every day. Every once in a while you feel like it, you call her and she calls you, and make it smooth. Maybe make it kind. Make it no pressure situation. And then you guys get to know each other. Through getting to know each other, you two will find out if it's going to turn out to be a date or a girlfriend, boyfriend or not. It doesn't have to be a right away situation. I know in some parts of the world, it's supposed to mean, what are we doing? Are we going to make something out of this or not? Or there's no contract, there's no rush, and you don't need a girlfriend to feel important. You need to build yourself, bring your value up according to what you make out of yourself. If you if you read stuff, if you make yourself educated, if you understand life better, if you get a job and make something out of yourself, if you like your job, do something you like, activities that you get involved in, and these are what gives you confidence and happiness. And then that confidence and happiness will extend outwardly when you meet someone, when you meet this girl, and they will feel your confidence because of what is inside you, how you have made yourself and created inside you, that impresses them. And then that is far beyond an aesthetic look, attribute, a physical attribute, or anything. And therefore, simply, it cannot be compared with any other way of having confidence. So your confidence should come from inside, and that already automatically extends itself outwardly, and the woman feels, and the woman is looking for that kind of a confidence. That's what she's most interested. Not how much hair you have, and what size your nose is, or how tall you are, or short you are, what you're wearing. Decent clothing, decent behavior, being yourself, being a friend, being understanding. That's what really makes you special in anybody's eyes, and you will have a chance to have any kind of a girl based on what you've made out of yourself. Because just because they're girl, that doesn't mean they're better than you. Just because they're girl, that doesn't mean that they're accomplished already. Well, they haven't done anything for how they look. They haven't studied for it. They haven't worked for it. You know, they were born like that, pretty or not pretty. That female body that we're attracted to, well, they're born like that. It's not like it's a special, they've accomplished them, so they're really, really special. No, you're just as special as they are. So be confident by being yourself. You don't have to be a clown around them, and you don't have to be a rude, nasty asshole. If they like assholes, well, let them go and find assholes. You're not an asshole. You stay who you are. You stay happy. You stay kind. You stay wonderful. You stay normal. You stay relaxed. And then you will attract the kind of a woman that would appreciate your qualities. And whether they like you, this girl or that girl, or don't like you, it doesn't make you good or bad. It just makes that their taste is different than who you are, and your taste, if you like someone or don't like someone, doesn't make them bad or good. It just means your taste is not what they are all about. So that should answer your question about how conscious you may be from how you look or you don't look, and if you have, I don't know, your ears is bigger or smaller, or your nose is, or your hair is less or more. It doesn't matter. Nobody. You may think it matters because you are always looking for beauty, physical beauty in a woman. But the woman, and you think then you should also be this way or that way to look the part. You should look a certain way for the women to like you. No, that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for what's inside you. So go build inside of you, and that inside of you will make you look as wonderful as you want it to be, because no matter how good looking you are, if you're nasty, if you're ugly in heart, if you are obnoxious, if you're rude, if you don't have enough abilities to do something, to be happy, to be positive, to work well and whatnot, they won't see that handsome look of yours. And no matter how you look, if you don't consider yourself handsome, which I'm sure you look handsome to, everybody looks handsome to somebody or many other people, but for whatever reason, if you don't think yourself in a certain look that it would pleases you, you can be damn sure that if you have an inside that feels good and kind and happy and confident and builds himself by reading stuff, by learning stuff, by doing your job, getting a job, and taking good care of yourself, that confidence will make them see you as beautiful as you want them to see you. The looks is not what the women go for all the time. Maybe at the outset, maybe for the kind of thing that they're looking for. But what they're looking for is a man. And to be a man has nothing to do with how you look like. How ugly one is or how good looking it is, which ugly and good looking again is relative. But let's just, for the sake of the delivery of this subject, It doesn't matter how one looks. What really counts is how one is. That's what makes a man. A man is not made or built by how tall or how short and how much hair or how bald or how big or how small or how good looking or not good looking is. That is not what makes a man. What makes a man is what he has spent time to create out of himself, what he's educated himself with socially, academically, what his intentions in life is, how he approaches life, how his energy level is, how he sees himself in this wonderful journey of life, and how he negotiates these challenges and so on, and how he behaves and interacts with this woman or with the people that he likes, and how helpful he is, how understanding he is, how compassionate he is, how balanced he is, and how innovative he is, how he perseveres life, how he takes on challenges, and how he rolls with the waves. That's what makes a man, and that's what they're looking for. So no worries about who and how your attributes are. Just build yourself, and that is the real beauty, and that's the real handsomeness, that's the real look that a good woman, a decent woman, smart woman, and pretty woman is looking for. And not every pretty is good, and not every good is pretty. There are all kinds of them. So be relaxed, be yourself, and be happy who you are. You don't have to worry about anything. Just focus on being good. Yeah? Don't pretend anything. Be honest with the girls. And don't expect things to go very quickly. Okay, I saw this girl, I like her now, I gotta have an agreement with her, she's my girlfriend, then I feel good, you don't have to finish things. Life is a process. You don't have to have it all signed on the dotted line that, okay, now it's exactly as I expected it. Things change every day. Even if you have a girlfriend tomorrow, she may not have the interest, or you may not have the interest. So don't expect things to stay exactly as you want them to be for a long time. Everything has a duration. Even if you find a girlfriend, expect it to someday maybe not work, and you find another person. Just develop, build yourself. This is how we advance, how we develop, how we get experienced, and how we build ourselves and our characters and our behavior and so on. Well, okay, I think I've talked a lot, and you may be just bored out of your head, and if you're not, well, then listen to it again. I hope I haven't forgotten much, but pretty much that's what I can think of, unless if I think of something else, then I'll add it in another video. This is too long anyhow. So have a wonderful day, and keep your chin up, and build yourself, be happy, be around positive people, and enjoy. We'll talk to you soon.